So I'm Dr. Doris, and you are so very welcome. I'm an NLP Master Trainer with 35 years of experience, and you are receiving a free introductory session on Neuro-Linguistic Programming and its power. And the title is Become a Successful NLP Master Coach. I hope you can read it well. So the way how I work is interactive. So kindly, at least for the very beginning, would you please put your video on so that I can connect with you? I could give you 50 full days of experience and training, but in order to give you the best for tonight, I would like to be able to greet you. So Daphne, yes. You're so welcome. What is your, may I know your profession?
I'm a coach.
You are a coach, nice yes. one. And what is your certification?
I am a professional coach under the ICG, and also I have done my counseling diploma. So yeah, I've
ICG,
got quite a bit of it.
What is ICG?
International Coaching Guild.
Guild.
Guild, yes.
Is that related to ICF? No, no?
No, it's separate. ICF is a different chapter, yeah. I also have a membership of ICF.
So nice one. And now have you already heard something about NLP?
Yes, when I was doing my diploma for counseling, I did learn quite a bit. So I'm more looking forward to diving deep and also eager to know how this works in the Gulf. Because I think there's a lot of legalities, right? And you need a license and stuff like that. So I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot get any higher certification in neuro-linguistic programming than through me, because I'm the only master trainer who's certifying through both of the international boards, ABNLP and Society of NLP.
Lovely.
Yay.
Awesome.
And you know, after the little experience we will go through, you can always stay a little longer at the end and I can give you personal attention. But maybe what you are saying, many people would want to know. Lakshman. Exactly. No, Lakshmira. Oh, sorry. Can you help me?
Lakshmi Narayan.
Narayan.
Yes.
From Chennai. How are you, Lakshmi Narayan?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So are you from Chennai in Dubai or are you in Dubai from Chennai?
Chennai, India.
So you're right now in India?
India. I'm based in Chennai in India.
Okay, so you're not from Dubai?
Not from Dubai.
And Dinesh, how are you? You are so welcome. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Hold on, yes. I'm fine, Dr. Doris. I'm fine.
So, may I get your profession, please?
Yeah, so I'm an HR professional. So I have done, NLP practitioner certification course.
Okay.
I did around 5 years back. But
okay, and may I know with whom?
I did with Charles Sedana. So he runs in India.
Yeah. I'm aware.
I did with him. And then, in my the day-to-day operations, I couldn't get much time to, practice. So
okay.
Good time to
practice it Except now. That every day in your HR profession, handling people, dealing with all of the challenges, you are already using and applying NLP amazingly, are you not?
Yeah, we are applying, but learning from experts like you would be a different experience altogether.
Nice one. Thank you so much. Thank you. And where's Martina? Oh, she left. We hope she will come back. And Lakshminaran, can you please help me pronounce your name?
Lakshmi Narayanan.
Lakshmi Narayanan. Wow.
Yes.
Lakshmi and
Name.
Narayanan together. You are flying high up there, are you? I like both. I like Lakshmi. She's my favorite. In fact, she's hanging in my living room.
Oh,
and
good.
Narayan, I like also. Muche Hindi se rahi ho.
Sorry?
Muche Hindi se rahi ho.
Okay, cool.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
You
And
sound so
Daphne,
cute.
Daphne, where are you originally from?
Pakistan?
Pakistan. Okay.
Yes.
And you are often going there?
Yeah, quite frequent for vacations when the schools are closed normally.
Good,
Now
good.
COVID, so nowhere we go.
I know. No, well, you in Dubai are quite open. You know, they are telling me you can come, but you cannot come back into India. So I'm living in India. Of course, I cannot come. I would so much like to come to Dubai. I miss Dubai. I think Dubai is an amazing place. And so would I like to say thank you to Illuminations. You are here because of this amazing, most rocking wellness center that is the #1 wellness center in Dubai. And maybe we can begin and give a big hand to Illuminations and to its amazing rocking team to make all these different educational offers and self-help.
So are you with some institute, Doris?
I'm through Illuminations. I'm I'm the only master trainer for ABNLP and SNLP in the Gulf, and particularly in Dubai.
I see. But in India, are you
and in India, yes, and in India. So, sir, may I know the name of this? There's somebody coming in with the Sanskrit name. Would you mind to tell us your name?
Hindi padna bhi seekho.
Huh?
Or Hindi padna bhi seekho.
Hindi padna bhi seekho. Oh.
Meaning learn to read Hindi.
No, that's...
Yeah, but I tell you what, I am so proud of some of the words I can speak, but I will not be able to learn the Sanskrit. I wish I could, but that will be a later study, not for this year. Parnavisco. Okay, I don't have you here on the sign-up list. You are so very welcome. You are so very welcome. And Jutta. Ach, das hört sich aber deutsch an.
Ja, es ist auch sehr deutsch.
Willkommen.
Dankeschön.
Okay, that's great. Super, super. Did you just come in recently?
Yes.
Yeah, you just joined today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know anything about I would like to speak German. Do you know anything about NLP already, Jutta?
A little bit. I have 1-2 hours with the NLP trainer, and I'm interested in stress reduction and so on. Ich bin Heilpraktikerin. Und beschäftigt.
In Dubai oder in Deutschland?
Deutschland.
Und wo in Deutschland bist du hier?
In Hamburg bin ich.
Oh, super. Ich bin auch Heilpraktikerin. Ich bin auch Heilpraktikerin.
Ach Quatsch, ehrlich? Das ist ja toll.
Ja.
Ach, wie schön. Und du wohnst jetzt in Dubai?
Nein. I live in India, but I come every 2 months for 2 weeks to Dubai. Only, of course, now in this lockdown time, it is not. So, Dinesh, do you have any pre-knowledge of NLP? You have a practitioner, but you haven't practiced so much. Lakshmi Narayan, do you have any knowledge of NLP?
I've done the associate practitioner course. So I'm looking forward
you did?
to build my next.
May I know with whom?
In In Bangalore, Vikram Dar.
Vikram Dar. Mm-hmm. Yes, so Vikram Dar is a junior to me, and with me and in this course, you will become a real NLP practitioner with the full ABNLP certification. So I would like to tell you a little story. So first of all, tonight we are going to go through an experience, and you will understand and feel and grasp something about NLP just as much as I can give you in this short amount of time. And at the same time, Illuminations and I would like to announce that this is a promotional seminar at the same time. That means at the end, I will announce what is your next step, how you can join us. And in fact, there is a quite wonderful opportunity in about 3 weeks from now in begin to do 2 days or possibly 5 days and become with us an NLP practitioner. And I certify in all levels of Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I'm a master trainer. I also certify trainers. I certify master trainers to certify trainers, trainers to certify masters and practitioners. I'm doing what I do since 35 years. And the little story I have for you is from 1987. So in 1987, I was in my psychology and counseling degree training. It was a 3 times 3 month training. And it was wonderful. I have to say, we were 26 students. We became so close with each other. And we had about 8 senior psychologists who were our teachers and who would accompany us. So while we would go through this counseling training and degree, we would already give sessions. And here a little story about how I found NLP or how NLP found me. So this internship, every student would bring the client that they were already seeing. We had one client and we were supposed to give this client 10 sessions. I gave my client 7 sessions and she came with me. All clients knew that they are here for more learning and everyone was excited and it was a wonderful event. And so the situation was, here was the stage, here was the client, and here was the senior trainer, and here was the counselor. So my client's name was Karen, and she moved about. Her shoulders were down, her breathing was down, her look was down. And I declared openly to everyone in the room, and particularly to the senior psychologist, what I did with this client and how far I got. And then the senior psychologist would give input and would basically help. So her name was Tanya, and I was very, very fond of her. I mean, I was so young in 1987, and I was a very eager student. So I openly declared to everybody that I think my relationship with Karen has become very good, that she feels very understood by me. I feel that I really understand her. However, I was not satisfied with the results that I created. I said, I wish to have made a bigger impact on what she calls depression. She came to me, ordered by a psychiatrist who declared her as depressed. So in my 7 sessions, I worked out so many things with her, and I found out so much about her past. and where it came from. So Tanya listened to the little introduction, and then she looked at Karen and she said, "What did you think was your difficulty?" And Karen just moved in some way that already let me know, something is happening. What did she say? And I was writing down. I was an eager student learning. And then Tanya said, maybe what you thought was your emotional difficulty is actually just a signal for you to do something differently. And Karen looked up, her breathing changed, the color in her face changed, and she would always have, you know, the mouth like down, and she didn't smile. She didn't smile, but her mouth corners moved, and she would take this deep breath and say, "Oh, that. Thank you." And she walked off the stage a little more erect. And when I saw what happened here, I was flabbergasted because I was on the look of what could be more, what could bring me more success with my clients. And when I saw Karen's response, it was so clear to me that with these 2 questions, 2 minutes, Karen was showing more results and changes than me in 7 times 1 hour. So, you know, I'm writing down things. I'm an eager student, and, you know, the next counselor came with their client, left, said thank you for the learnings, and there was part 2 of the internship. In part 2 of the internship, everybody comes on stage, all the counselors, without the clients who already left, and now we get to ask questions to the senior psychologists. So I was asking, Tanya, what made you say what you said? And I'm really flabbergasted. I'm nearly confused because you did not even ask her where her depression is from. You didn't ask whether her mother had it and her grandmother had it. You didn't ask any of the normal questions that you all are teaching us to ask. So what made you say what you said? And Tanya said, if you look at people having problems, you may lose your eye of the goal. And she said, I believe people don't have problems and people don't need fixing. People only need to learn how to reorganize their patterns of thinking. And I again had this epiphany, you know, that clunk experience. I just thought, wow, that's mega. People don't have problems. I'm looking at all of my clients having problems. I'm looking at myself as having problems. And she's saying, not problems, but reorganizing the patterns of thinking. And then she said many things. One more thing she said, people always do the best that they can. Otherwise, they would already do different. And again, I was going, wow, that's hard to believe. They do the best that they can. So, you know, I was writing down everything until this part 2 of the internship was over. And all the senior psychologists left, everybody left, and I was still writing and thinking. And I chose to run after Tanya. And Tanya was already leaving. In fact, the bus to the hotel, shuttle to the hotel was already there. I never forget this moment. And I literally run after her and say, so where did you learn all of this from? Tanya, where did you learn all of this from? And that was in 1987 in Seattle, Washington, USA. And she shouted back, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And I'm writing down Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And I said, I wanted to ask more, but literally she was gone. So here I was with a piece of paper, and please, this was 1987. You couldn't go to Google. This was before Google. So here I was, and I had Neuro-Linguistic Programming on my piece of paper, and my search began. I found 2 months later in one of those health food shops, you know, when you have this board and there's all kinds of notes and announcements, and I found Raina teaching Neuro-Linguistic Programming in Green Lake in Seattle. And lo and behold, not very long later, I knock at her door and enrolled for my first Neuro-Linguistic Programming training in 1987. And it was very, very difficult to find at this time, even though it was already the second boost. I mean, the first boost was just some lectures. I am one senior level below Richard Bandler and John Grinder. I'm connected to most of the originators of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which was created in Santa Cruz, California. And I'm certifying directly through them. And one of the owners, Christina Hall, is my girlfriend. And I saw her last time in September when I visited her in Santa Cruz. And we did some updates, in fact, of the 8-step coaching process. So I learned NLP and I studied NLP, and it was just the same phenomenal effect that I experienced with Tanya in my counseling training. It was just again and again, aha, whoa, aha. Basically, the time that is spent in traditional therapies and psychology to find out about what happened in the past and what is the problem in neuro-linguistic programming is used to ask, what is it that you want to accomplish? What are some experiences you would like to create in your life that enrich your life and your relationships? What is really important to you and for you about that? And what is your bigger purpose? Oh my, you know, I was stuck in a rather difficult marriage at that time. After the training, I found not only myself, I found my path. I laid out my path. Within 3 weeks after the training, moved out of a very difficult, challenging situation and moved into another area of Seattle. I was always called the doctor, because I fixed everyone and helped everyone, and I took care of some Alzheimer, older part of the uncle and aunt of the family. So I would still follow my responsibilities, but I went for myself and I went for my career, and I started with my company Conscious Solutions in 1990 in Seattle. So you're so very welcome to the learnings of NLP, and please give yourself, from yourself to yourself, a big hand for having made it tonight here. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. So, Daphne, you have simply read about NLP in literature or Googled about it, or how much knowledge of NLP do you have, so that I can all meet you at the core here, as we are only 5 tonight?
Lovely. I have studied a bit of it. I am under the Anugraha Institute that is in Tamil Nadu. So I'm training with them.
And did you receive a practitioner certificate?
No, it's part of the counseling. It's like one segment. Yeah, and my coaching from there also a bit under meta dynamics. I've learned a little of NLP. So I'm really interested in this topic. So yeah, you're very vibrant and awesome. Love you.
RG is here. Oops, I cannot hold on. RG, you are so Arich. What is your name, Arich? Muhammad Ali, you are so welcome. Yes, Martina, do you mind to show your photo for just a moment, your video? Are you from Russia, Martina? Mohammed, you are so welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the welcoming.
Yes,
how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing very well. So what I would like to do is, in order to give you the best experiential effect, could you please also Sonal Gupta, please? And Martina and Arich, would you please put on your video just for a little while? Because see, Neuro-Linguistic Programming has a lot to do with the non-verbal as well as the verbal communication. And if we would like to look a little bit at the non-verbal communication, we need to look at each other. Would you please? Thank you, Martina. Yeah, thank you for contributing. Thank you for participating. So I would like to have us pay attention to what happens when I will do a little experiment. I will do a little, let's do a little game together. And the game is the following. I will speak message 1. And what you are asked to do is not change the message, but simply speak it again and again inside of your head. Then I will ask you for a small behavior, and then I'll ask you to shake it up. And then I will give the second message. Then again, the only little job to do for you is to not change it or analyze it, but simply speak that message in your head again and again. And again, I'll ask you to shake it off afterwards. So now we want to, I'll always give multi-focus learning exercises. They are also called in the traditional NLP accelerated learning methods. And so we are going to look at each other, and particularly the NLP students of you who are already practicing NLP will very quickly give answers to my questions. So, ready? Would you please, message 1, simply hold the thought, I cannot do it, it is very difficult. I cannot do it, it's very difficult. And look at your own facial features, watch your breathing, and watch your colleagues. And would you then please try to stand up? Okay, now you can shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Now, ready for message 2? So now message 2, would you please say to yourself, I can do it. It's very easy. I can do it. It is easy. Would you then please watch your own facial features in your Zoom picture? Be aware of your breathing, of the rest of your body. Very good. And would you then please stand up? Okay, thank you. And then you can shake this one off. So, what did you notice with message 1? What happened?
Our levels went down.
Can I
Say
share?
that again?
Our levels went down a bit.
Our levels went down. Okay. So NLP practitioners, how would you speak about it? What did you see?
I saw not only my physiology, where my shoulders came down, and when I say that I can't do it, and then my breath was like a bit faster, and then my face looked sad.
Your eyes were looking down, and the muscles in your face were rather hanging down.
Yes, down and a bit more emotional. So when I said I can't do it, and when I shook it off, and then when I say I can do it, it's easy. Then I started smiling. I noticed my eyes went up, and then my breathing became very normal, and I looked very calmer.
Your eyes went up and your breathing became very normal. Thank you. What else?
So when we said we can't do it, we were very firm in terms of there was no expressions. Very firm. So I cannot do it, very firm. But when I said I can
firm
do
and maybe even little tense and holding, no?
Yeah, tense, firm means tense. But when I said we can do it, there was natural, the smile or natural, expressions on the face.
Thank you, Dinesh. Jutta, what did you notice?
Yeah, in the first part, I noticed the muscles and the body were very strong. I fixed all my muscles, and it's very difficult to stand up. And
yes.
Yeah, I tried 1, 2 before I can get up from the chair, and then the second one is very easy, and I feel like uplifted and not so depressed.
Nice one, nice one. So yes, that would you please stand up was the behavioral part. So everyone would stand up so much more slowly and hesitantly after the message 1. And everyone would just stand up so much more abruptly and quickly and lightly after message 2. What did you notice, Mohammed?
Doris, actually, right now I'm feeling a wave of positivity in me. So my mind didn't accept that message. First one, what we said that I can't do. My mind said, you can do it. I'm going through a positive uh, phase of my life. So it's all
Yeah.
positivity. Negativity is not going inside. So it was a rebellious feeling that somebody saying that I cannot do, even myself saying to myself that I cannot do it, didn't accept that I can do it and I will do it. But when you said you can do it and it's easier for you, it is again the positive energy that multiplied. That said you can
Yes.
do it. See, now nature is pushing you to do that.
Yes. Yes. And maybe I'm always addressing what I never do the same thing over and over again because I'm very interactive. I'm known for the most interactive and also most kinesthetic trainer. For the ones who have not studied NLP, kinesthetic means body, using the body, coding everything in the body, doing everything in the body. Also in my NLP, you will learn something about polarities that goes beyond colloquial positive affirmation messages. If you think NLP is about positive affirmation, no, I'm sorry, it is not. The truism is we always have a voice, whether it's conscious or not, that doubts or that rejects. So what we do in neuro-linguistic programming is not try to push. Now we have to be positive. No, we actually look at the reasons and intentions of whatever bothers us. We don't say don't cry. I say cry. And as you cry, release and be conscious about it. But I don't say don't be angry because it doesn't work. You cannot say to someone, don't be angry or stop being angry. And then so many methodologies, they take a deep breath and be calm. I'm working as a master coach with people since 35 years. I have not one time seen that it works. We have to address everything in the right space and with consciousness. So Mohammed, you be please invited into the learnings of that we are always moving away from something and we are moving towards. And it actually happens at the same time. We want to avoid things. We want to protect ourselves. We have to think about terrible things that could happen. And we want to move forward. And of course, that is a very special agenda in NLP. Not only affirm positively, but see it, feel it, talk it, smell it, taste it. On all sensory levels, we want to represent the message. And many times as an NLP Master Coach, you will find that if you use away from motivation that could be mistakenly called negative motivation, may help better. Basically, what we are saying in NLP is whatever works. If something works, if someone motivates themselves with negative internal dialogue and it works and they get where they want, who are you to judge them and tell them speak positively? But if it doesn't work, that's when you want to look at it and transform it and do something about it. So welcome to the phenomena of how we talk to ourselves and our messages are running us. Hold on for just a moment. And at the same time, let me just share a few slides with you. So What we just did is we experienced this small lesson of what is called states of mind. And we noticed that whatever it is that we are saying to ourselves influences the rest of our body, influences our facial muscles, influences our physiology, our breathing. And so, of course, we want our stories and our internal dialogue to be forward-oriented. Because what is a thought? Actually, that will be a good question. So, what is a thought? Sonal, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So maybe you can share. What do you think is a thought?
The thought?
Yes.
I know. I think it's the present clubbed with the past experiences. So, whatever is happening in our current scenario, whatever we are surrounded with, coupled with the, past experiences and the overall interpretation of our mind of that situation.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thought.
May I see your video, Sonal, please? You are a speaker, right?
I've been a trainer, initial 18 years of my career. And now I have moved to a social enterprise. So I help people start their careers in the social enterprise.
Oh, how wonderful. That's such an important work. Welcome, welcome. So what else? What are you saying, Dinesh and Lakshmi Narayan, about what is a thought?
Thought follows the emotions, which is given by the state of that mindset about during that period of time. Suppose I'm undergoing emotions of being sad or being happy, that has a consistent thought pattern to it. So I may think about, and the thought also gives us a set of feelings. So I see it's more constituted with that emotions, and which is given by the state of mind of that period of that period, what I'm dealing with right now.
So typically NLP makes it very simple. Basically, we talk to ourselves and we have pictures and movies inside of us. And what happens is, as we humans have the neocortex, but we also have a reptile brain, some of our behaviors are stuck in the reptile brain. But I believe we are meant to use our neocortex. Now, what does our human neocortex have that no other creature has? Language, the alphabet. So we speak to ourselves. Everybody does. And the way we speak to ourselves, of course, has something to do with what is our mood. So I would say the other way around, Lakshmi Narayan. Now, it is very difficult to really prove the difference of the thought and the emotion. In my opinion, an emotion is simply more neuro-intense, and the emotion follows the thought. So we think using our language, we talk to ourselves, and so we also have inner pictures. And these are the messages. So our messages are made of our inner pictures. So if we say something to ourselves like, I'm not able to do it, I'm not capable of doing it, I can't do it, then it is like this man who is lying flat on the floor and cannot stand up and do anything. And any of the beliefs, any of the content can be part of it. It is not about the content. That's why my demonstration is about such a simple linguistic form. I cannot do it. I can do it. The deleted part of the sentence can be anything, each and everything. So now, of course, what is our agenda is we want to be able to create the messages that we want to more favorably choose and to, sorry, I cannot see my PowerPoint and you at the same time. So actually now I know how I do it. I see you here because I have two monitors. Now, okay, now I can see it. So, because if we see positive pictures of the future that we want, if we can experience ourselves already expressing ourselves the way we desire, then our brain can move towards that. So for a moment, the questions that Tanya later asked me is what I would like to ask you as we are beginning to commit ourselves to be masters of our attitude, masters of our assumptions and beliefs and interpretations. Because reality is made of how we perceive and how we think about it. So in your life, what is really important to you and for you? Could everybody please answer one quick answer? Just a keyword. What is important to you and for you, Daphne?
Myself.
What is important to you and for you?
I'm important to myself so that I could.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else is important to you and for you?
A family.
Okay.
And my work. Yeah.
And about you expressing yourself, what is important to you and for you?
What would I like? I would like to be in control of my emotions, better understand myself. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. And Jutta? Was ist wirklich wichtig für dich?
For me, is the point meaning in my life? What is the meaning I would like to go for? And for me, it's to teach people in the direction of mental health. To work with this part.
You are even more committed to mental health than the physical health.
Yeah.
Nice one, nice one. Because the Heilpraktiker now includes also psychology, isn't it, in Deutschland?
Früher nicht viel, aber ich habe sehr viel Erfahrungen und beschäftige mich schon länger damit und versuche gerade zu entscheiden, ob Akzeptanz- und Commitment-Therapie cool für mich wäre oder NLP.
Nice, nice, very nice.
Aber es hört sich so ein bisschen so an, als würdest du das auch mit einbeziehen, so Teile davon, ne?
Absolutely, absolutely, it's part of it. What else did you find out, Mohammed, what is important to you and for you?
Doris, I believe learning is important to me and for me. Whatever I learn, or the things I learn, they help me to transform. And the transformed Muhammad is better for me, myself, my family, and everybody. So learning is important for me.
Learning, and then for what? About what? Because learning is a vast term.
Learning to transform myself, to get a better version of myself. This is very important for me.
A better version of yourself. And once you are a better version of yourself?
I'm useful for everybody, you know, my society, my family, even myself.
Nice one. Sonal.
I think for me, helping others and in the process helping myself is important.
Dinesh. Thank you. So helping others, and by helping others, helping self. Dinesh?
For me, learning to help others. So more than, to self, to help myself, it is more to help others. That's the purpose.
Nice one. Yes. Yes. And most people here, I would say, oh, Lakshmi Narayan, I forgot you. What is important to you and for you?
For me, what is important to me is my career. So I want to impact social sector organization because I'm a social worker by professions, to build capacity buildings through this training and development. I'm just starting my career with that. So at this point of time, so I want to learn better skills like emotional intelligence and neuro-linguistic programs to make a positive impact to, especially to social sector organizations.
Especially for?
Social sector organizations like NGOs.
Ah, okay. Okay. You are interested in working in the social sector. Okay. Arich, are you able to speak or be with us now? Martina?
Hi, I'm here. Actually,
Okay.
the connection here is so bad.
Okay, so what is it that is important to you or for you, Arich?
Actually, I'm doing now my NLP Master degree, so I'm interested with everything in the NLP Master.
You are already in an NLP Master program?
Yes, I am.
May I know with whom?
It's NLP Tech in Dubai.
NLP Tech. What is the name of that trainer, please?
Just a second. She's Pakistani lady. She's a doctor, actually. Let me.
Pakistani.
Yeah, she's Pakistani. She's licensed. She's licensed.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. So,
okay.
So basically, when we look at these phenomena here, and we ask ourselves, what is in common to stress, anxiety, fear, frustration, irritation, anger, rage, slowdown, depression, inner conflict? What would you say?
What's in common?
Yes.
It's
everyone, not just you, Arich, everyone. What is in common to those phenomena?
Negativity.
Negative self-talk. Because what is negativity? We just discussed a little bit, Mohammed. I hope I could help you a little bit. That positive affirmation is very small part of NLP. Because if someone is motivated by what you call negative stories in their head, we don't forbid them if it works. So it's not that the value is to only be positive, but really a higher value is, does it work? Now, what is in common to any form of nervousness, missing inner silence, difficulty in meditating?
Focus. They don't focus.
Missing focus. And what else?
Overacting in the nervous system.
Yes. And what else?
Again.
Yeah. See, I can tell you, I meditate since 1983. And I can only tell you my life before, my meditation life before NLP and my meditation life after NLP are two completely different stories. I did so many 10 and 14 day Vipassana retreats. And after I studied NLP, oh, here's Arij, nice to see you, thank you. After I studied NLP, I found out that I was listening to my negative internal dialogue for most of the time.
Yeah.
So there's a little message I have. Don't make an effort not to think about negative things. Sometimes it protects us from the bad. I mean, in this crisis, we have to think about what happens if we are not careful. We have to think about how should we behave so that nothing bad happens. It's very normal to think that. It's about us being the master of our thought and being more conscious how we think. And more importantly, what we say in NLP is to transform unresourceful into resourceful. To notice when we say to ourselves, think to ourselves, see pictures in ourselves that are not helpful, how to turn and transform them into resourceful thought and into resourceful pictures. So let me go into the other PowerPoint. I'm switching PowerPoint here. So basically what NLP helps you more than any mental health theories or psychology or psychiatry or any therapy, it basically says, well, if everyone is using gadgets, we are looking into a computer, we are having a phone, some of us have an iPad and have another phone and another TV screen. So when any of your gadgets don't work, what are you doing?
Reset it.
Aha, you reset it. And so it is with our brain, because the brain, the computer is only a poor attempt of imitating the brain. And the computer is stuck in 0, 1, 0, 1, plus 1, plus 1, whereas we can do so much more. There's so much space between plus, minus, plus, minus, 1, 0, 1, 0, black, white. We discover that we are always in movement. And you are right now in a movement. Right now you are learning and you are moving towards where you want to go even more, while you are moving away from where you don't want to be. And I believe everyone here has a bigger purpose. And everyone here would like to help themselves and others more. So what I like to say about the focus of my NLP is stop self-sabotage. Stop the continuous internal negative dialogues. Stop now spreading the virus. It's not good to say that because we have a real virus going on. Let's say stop self-sabotage, stop spreading negative messages, and good news, you can stop any suffering that's related to your thought and your emotions. We want to also stop wasting our time and effort. We want to offer greater linguistic excellence. And what I can share with you, as many of you are already speakers or already trainers, NLP significantly enriches your coaching. It also enriches your career as a leader in HR or L&D. So many people come to us from HR and L&D. And coaching, and particularly NLP coaching, is a very acknowledged foundation for trainers and leaders. And it gives you the tools to improve your communication and your motivation. And as a therapist, as someone who works with others or who trains others, you will use accelerated learning styles and you will be able to influence whoever you are talking with or talking to so much more superbly and consciously. Of course, many marketers and salespeople come to us, last but not least, for the ones of you who would like to go for a career as a coach. Selling yourself and marketing yourself is very important. And very importantly, it teaches excellence in verbal and non-verbal communication. And it teaches you in the practitioner level, which in Illuminations is called NLP Coaching Level 1, the 5 basic motivational filters that are related to our sensory equipment and to what is called representational systems: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. And you learn exactly the material your thought is made of so that you can influence it, like you influence your TV remote or your AC remote. You press all the buttons, and when you learn NLP, you literally learn how to program yourself to be able to shift very quickly from one state into another state and to build your resourcefulness. Let me take a minute here I think I'm just going to show you the next 2 slides, and then we can have an open question and answers. So NLP is a very sought after empowering and rewarding career. It is more and more acknowledged in the world, and you know, especially in India. I have been working in India only since 6 years. I was working most of my life in Germany and in USA, actually most of my life in USA. And when I came to 2 corporate groups, I did corporate training for Accenture, Microgenesis, Deutsche Bank in India, Bajaj Allianz, and many organizations that are originally American or German are bought in from the Indian partner and then used as a pro forma. So they said to me, sensor technology, Infosys, for some of the big IT companies, I give trainings for all to enhance team, to enhance leadership. And then guess what? Emotional intelligence. Everybody nowadays is interested in emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence and NLP are like that. They are so connected. It is one and the same. So they said to me, we only want trainers that are trained in NLP. And I said, I'm a trainer in NLP. So in India, particularly, and I believe also in the rest of the East, more than in the West, neuro-linguistic programming is requested, is required. If you have a neuro-linguistic programming certificate on your portfolio, you will be more likely to be regarded, to get recognition, to have a client choose you over someone else, or if you want to become part of a corporate group, of course, as well. So you basically have 3 different bodies of knowledge melted and merged when you come to me, Dr. Doris, with the Neuro-Linguistic Programming at Illuminations. It is emotional intelligence and coaching. I have done so many coaching trainings and many different certificates and consultation and counseling. So I put all of this together with emotional intelligence coaching, and NLP. So really, it's a training in all of these 3 domains. The first 5 days is NLP practitioner. If you did already your NLP practitioner, please come to a one-on-one consultation with me. I will ask you a few questions just to check whether your knowledge is according to the original NLP, because with me, you don't get one of the there's too many cheap shortcuts, or people who are several layers junior to me who charge 3 times as much. And it's I have to admit, the market is very confusing and it's not possible to really do anything about it. I got a letter from the Society of NLP in US saying that someone complained and asked, how can a junior to Dr. Doris charge double as much? It actually happens in Dubai. In Dubai, you will find 2 or 3 NLP programs that are more than double as much than what Illuminations charges. And it's way, way, way junior trainers to me. So we don't believe in charging so high. I really love Illuminations, and that's why I work with them only because we want to make it affordable to you. We want to offer the kind of fees that do not judge or eliminate a certain audience. And at the same time, because the certification is a dual certification and your certificate comes flying in from USA with a handwritten signature from the board. And that's maybe a little, it's the biggest question you can ask. If you shop around, and please do, and look at other NLP programs, please just be aware what you should ask for. Ask them, where does the certificate come from? And if they produce it in their own computer and there is no tracking number, it means nothing. Your certificate comes from an original certifying body where you have a tracking number. Your certificate is tracked, you are tracked. It's proper, and the originator, one of the 3 originators of NLP, will sign the certificate handwritten. That's every other body of knowledge that claims internationality but only borrows or purchases logos is not really valid. So sorry, it is such a jungle out there that sometimes I just need to give this education, particularly because some of you are already trained in NLP. So what we do here in Dubai with Illuminations and also with Doris NLP, we avoid psychometrics. We don't psychoanalyze people because we don't believe in that. We believe in learning to read nonverbals. We believe in learning to see the physiology. We believe in using the body. When you do training with me, I'll ask you to have a space behind you and we will move around. I say, let's now have this thought in the body. Let's move the body around and let's experience it. Let's feel it. We talk about feelings. We are not only using the head. So many NLP schools mistakenly only sit there and bring you knowledge and you get more into your head. That's not what NLP is about. The true NLP is in the body. The pure and original NLP is what you get through us and through me. And there's one more amazing benefit that I would like to point out. Many schools are very keen in goal setting. What is it that you want? And then law of attraction. Think in a certain way and visualize in a certain way and you'll get what you want. You know, there is a little more to it. In order to make this verifiable and really let the law of attraction work for you. We have to visualize it and physicalize it. It means you will have cards. I just did a session today with someone. We work with these time matrix cards. And in these time matrix cards, different clients of mine, oh, I have it in the other folder. We basically write a furthest destination. Like if you look at yourself becoming an NLP coach or trainer, either with me or in any other way, most of you are here because you want to become a master coach. So if you would please visualize yourself as a master coach and step into the you that is already experiencing having successfully accomplished that. Would you give me a time frame, please? Because the time matrix says time is part of everything. We are coded in time. Our life is moving forward every minute, every hour, every year. And we are all not getting younger, isn't it? So how far from today would you see yourself as a rocking master coach, entrepreneur, living your dream, living your potential, living a meaningful life, the best version of yourself, help others by helping yourself, and work like Lakshmi Narayan in the social sector using NLP? Give me just an idea, and there's no right or wrong. In this planning, it's not bigger, bolder, best. I always say so many power speakers are doing this bigger, bolder, best. Put your goals very high. Put a high number to your income. No, I don't say that. I say put to it what you can realize, feel, and have a congruent yes for now. So how far in the future would you like to go so you create a congruent and successful yes in your body? Maybe 2 years from now, maybe 1 year from now, maybe 6 months from now. Daphne?
Yes, darling.
Daphne, so how far from today? Give me a time frame.
Depends how long your course will fully take.
How long my course takes? Well, you can become a master coach in the first week of, you can become an NLP master practitioner in the first week of April. You become NLP master coach after you have given 10 sessions. Under my guidance with a mentorship session with me after the first 2-3 sessions. And I will guide you to literally use all of the NLPs most successfully. On the 5th day of your NLP practitioner, you will get an 8-step coaching process. It's 8 steps and they work. Jutta Deutsch. Very structured, very amazing. I have, when I was in September with Christina Hall, she's also a Virgo, in California, we again updated it because I said in the East, students, we need to be able to do it all in one session. We need to be able in 60 to 70 minutes formulate the well-formed outcome, which includes values, purpose, what is in the way, how specifically you know about it, and the time matrix, in a way that literally after 5 days, you will go away and use this with your clients. And in level 2 and level 3, which is also called NLP Master Practitioner Part 1, and NLP Master Practitioner Part 2, you will then be called NLP Master Practitioner. And once you complete the 10 sessions with either family members or clients you already have or schoolmates or colleagues, then after I read all of those, so it's a proper mentorship program, I read every session and I give you feedback and help you with my 35 years of experience how you can become a successful NLP Master Coach. So, any questions? I'm here for you.
What are the exact dates of you starting the sessions?
So, Dinesh and Lakshmi Narayan, are you possibly interested in coming for the first 5 days again? As
So
this is an NLP coaching training?
So frankly, Doris, depends on, my schedule, because there is a project going on in my current company. So I'm actually busy in that. So as of now, can't confirm to you. So I'll have to plan.
No, I understand. So just for the case that you've already done an NLP practitioner and you feel you want to start with the masters, then your next step would begin in March. But I very, very much recommend to come at least for some days into this NLP practitioner, because I teach it so very differently. And what most people, because I get so many, I get nearly 60–70% of my students have already done NLP, and they come to me in order to do the real NLP. And they basically understand how it all has to be physicalized. It has to be in the body, and how to learn in a way where each session is looped. My premier program is trainer training. So I train trainers who train in NLP. So this schedule that you see here is Fridays and Saturdays, 11 and 12 of December. Then it is Tuesday or Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, the 14 and 15 in the evening. So it's supposed to be like after the corporate schedule. And
now, which time zone are you speaking? The time zone?
Yeah, I just noticed that it's wrong, because I'm in India, so I start at 10:30.
So 10:30
for you guys, so that it's in Dubai from 9 to 5, and in the evening it's from 5 to 9.
And out of these, we have to attend all the sessions, 6 sessions?
Yes, so basically NLP, that's very different from what you may get within counseling or a session here or there. It's a real intense, full educational program. You get one step built on the other step, built on the other step, and you'll at the end really have a full body of knowledge. As I said, you will be able to give already coaching sessions with this 8-step coaching process. That's why it's much more than an NLP practitioner training. And then in March, you can go into level 2 and level 3 into the NLP Master Practitioner and get your master certification. I believe it is on the 3rd of April, and I can have my representative at Illuminations. His name is RJ. I will give you his number. Let me see here. You will be certified as an NLP Master Practitioner on the 10th of April. And so what you can do is start level 1 on the 11th of December, and you get lots of tools under your belt, and then you can continue and learn more and become a master in March and April next year. So that schedule, I'm curious, because we continue to research. So the whole Friday, Saturday, and then evenings, is that a doable schedule for you? So for everyone who may be who may be investigating in this, is this a doable schedule?
Would like to also know the investment in this.
That's the only thing that I'm not good at. You can choose to only do the NLP foundation, and I believe it's something like 1,700. But if you, one thing I know, because I got it from my representative, if you sign up today, or you tell me you want to sign up and you contact with RJ latest in 48 hours from now, you get a 15% discount because you were here tonight, except Jutta. I have everyone here on the sign-up list. So whoever was here tonight gets a 15% discount if you tell Illuminations very, very soon. Because 11th of December is not so far. In fact, your level 1 begins very soon. And then Lakshmi Narayan and Dinesh, you can talk to me about stepping into the masters directly, because of course so many things get reviewed and strengthened once you are in your masters.
Yes, so I'm interested in doing that master's course. So if you can give me a time slot, we can call, I can reach you to get into more details about it.
Yes, so you are interested in the masters, Lakshmi Narayan. How many days was your practitioner?
15 days, there's evenings, 3 hours.
Yeah, but the 15 days, so how 15 times 2 hours?
3 hours each day, 6:30 to 9:30.
Okay. Okay.
15 days.
You might be good. You might be good. I may ask you to review the meta model and Milton model, exactly how it is taught from the Society of NLP. As when you come into your masters, we build upon these 2 language models and you learn what is called slide of mouth, which is one-line refrains. So when your client or any family member or team member as a leader in your team comes with problems or negative beliefs or lots of I can't, you learn how to have 12 powerful tools in your pocket, language tools that will help you to redirect the thinking right away. And in the in this whole NLP program, you will have at least 30 different techniques in your pocket that are hands-on intervention techniques. Let me give you some names, as some of you are already familiar with NLP. You learn anchoring, visual, kinesthetic, auditory anchoring, creating resource points, memory points. You learn swish to successfully interrupt stimulus response. You learn to integrate conflicting voices or conflicting beliefs so that they can work together. You learn compelling futures so that someone is aware of what happens if they do something unhealthy, negative, addictions, overeating, over drinking, smoking, all kinds of compulsive behaviors will come to you as coaches. So you learn to address all of them. And then there are very wonderful strategy like the compulsion, blowout, submodality shifting, forgiveness strategy. Then there's one amazing process that you do not get, but in Society NLP and Doris NLP, it's called transforming guilt. In one morning, you will learn how to transform any attribute or part of your guilt and how to help others.